No, we all remember Zach Allen and Wyatt Ray, and I was just wondering, can Brandon Barlow and Marcus Valdez do the same thing this year?
Yeah, definitely for sure. I mean, different type of players, but different system. But I definitely think we could reach that excellence and even raise the standard there.
Go back to Rich.
Just talking about how do you guys coordinate your pass rushing and your edge rushing? Do you guys kind of have a strategy, not game strategy? I don't want to know that, but just how you approach the positions. You talk about that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, depending on where we're rushing from, inside guys going to use. I mean, pass rush in general from a concept level is all going to be the same. Just working on the different techniques of hip flipping, getting off the ball, violent hands, bending the corner, all that's going to be the same, but the types of moves we're using will differentiate depending on where we're rushing, or if we're on a third down situation where we know it's going to likely be pass, it's going to be a little different. We'll set up in a different formation to leverage what we know that's going to happen. So, I mean, it's just depending on what the situation is, where we're rushing from, and obviously every team we're going to game plan against them and try to find their weakness and their weak linemen. So it's all dependent on that. But right now we're just trying to work technique, and we're trying to work with what the offense is giving us, and just trying to grind and get better at the fundamentals.
We'll go to Trevor.
Yeah, so I'm sure last year there were a lot of games where you guys were pumped up the way you played defensively, and other games you were kind of scratching your head like, we know we can do better. So just what were some common themes you noticed throughout those games, the good and the bad, and then what can you take from that year to carry forward to this year, you think?
Yeah, I think last year was a great learning year. We obviously had some pretty good defensive performances, and we also had, pretty bad performances. Virginia Tech being one, and we just really had to reflect after the season on why those games were the way they are. Where did we do something individually? Did we do things during the week that were different? I'm sure the coaches looked at what the game plan, but everyone's looking internal to see if they did something different that week, but at the end of the day, you got to come to play, and we got to always be up, and we got to bring the energy. And if one position group is lacking energy, the other position group had to bring us up and dominate the game. And we need guys to step up and make plays. So I think that's the biggest thing.
Go ahead, Rich.
Hey, the whole secondary's back, and you actually brought in some new pieces. Just talk about the correlation of coverage sacks that you guys get, and then pressure interceptions that they get. How does that, just that collaboration?
Yeah, I love working in spring ball here because we're just developing, and obviously as a D line, we're trying to get the respect of the defense so that the secondary and the linebackers can know that when they're in coverage, we're not going to leave them out to dry if we're blitzing and they're a little shorthand in the secondary. So that's why I said we're working on pass rush. When we're blitzing, we want to make sure that we're covering them, and then I'm sure they're working to get the respect of us that they're going to do their job and cover so that, if we can't get there, that, they'll buy us a little more time, and then someone gets free and we get a coverage sack. So, it works hand in hand, and, we're both just striving to get better at our positions, and then that coverage sack and then pressure interception is going to feed into each other. If we're in the quarterback's face and he's going to throw a little ball high because he doesn't have a good angle on the ball, that all feeds into each other. But we're just focusing on working on our positions, and that will come as a result of that.